Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Oh my goodness, where do we even begin with our sweet Trina Robinson? Bless her heart, that young woman has been through the absolute ringer over the past few years. And just when you think she might finally catch a break and find a little slice of sunshine, the storm clouds come rolling right back in. Lately, things were actually looking up for her. She and that handsome, talented Giovanni Palmieri, our dear Gio, just had that wonderful musical performance together. They were getting all sorts of exciting offers for music projects, and you could finally see a genuine smile returning to Trina's beautiful face. It felt like she was stepping into a bright new chapter, spreading her wings and finding joy in her art. But as we all know, in Port Charles, peace is about as rare as a snowstorm in July. While she has been trying to build this wonderful new life, the shadows have been creeping up right behind her, and this time the danger feels incredibly close to home. The hairs on the back of my neck absolutely stood up during the recent events. We've been watching this deeply unsettling storyline unfold with Trina's secret stalker, but that particular moment took the cake for being downright chilling. We saw a photograph of Trina and her current beau, Kai Taylor, looking happy and carefree. But then, right before our very eyes, we watched as the stalker used some sort of digital software to completely erase Kai from the picture. It was not just a simple crop, it was a deliberate, calculating removal of his entire existence from Trina's side. Watching that figure get wiped away into nothingness sent a shiver straight down my spine. It was such a powerful, terrifying visual statement. It was as if the stalker was saying, clear as a bell, that Kai does not belong in Trina's picture-perfect world, and they have the power to make him disappear for good. Now, we have to sit down and really think about what this means for poor Kai. When a stalker goes out of their way to digitally erase someone from a photograph, it is never just an innocent little prank. It is a deeply psychological threat, a rehearsal for the real thing. It feels like the writers are dropping a massive, heavy hint right in our laps that this mysterious, obsessed individual is planning to eliminate Kai from Trina's life in the flesh. And let us be honest with ourselves. Honey, eliminate in the soap opera world usually means a one-way ticket to the cemetery. Kai has already been walking on eggshells lately. We know from recent events that he has been terribly anxious about Willow Kane and her potential dark actions regarding Drew Kane's recovery. The poor boy has been a nervous wreck about other people's dangerous secrets, and now he is sitting right in the crosshairs of a completely different, completely deadly threat. Let us take a moment to talk about Kai Taylor. He really is a good, decent young man. He has been sweet to Trina, offering her a safe harbor and a gentle hand to hold after all the devastating trauma she has endured. He is the kind of boy you would not mind your granddaughter bringing home for Sunday dinner. But, and this is a very tough pill to swallow, being a nice guy does not always mean you are destined for a long, happy life in a place like Port Charles. Kai and Trina have a comfortable relationship, but they have never quite managed to set the screen on fire, have they? They just do not have that undeniable, earth-shattering spark that makes you want to root for them against all odds. They are pleasant, they are fine, but in the grand scheme of daytime drama, fine often translates to expendable. So who on earth is this terrifying person lurking in the shadows, obsessing over our Trina? Naturally, our minds first jump to Simon. He has certainly been a thorn in the side, causing all sorts of uncomfortable friction. But if we really put our thinking caps on and look at the facts, Simon just does not fit the profile of this particular stalker. Simon's main beef with Kai has always been about public relations and image. Simon firmly believes that Trina and Gio are the ultimate golden couple, the perfect musical duo that the public will absolutely eat up. He wants them together to build a brand, to create a flawless image for the cameras. If Simon were a deeply disturbed stalker who wanted Trina all to himself, he certainly would not be pushing her into the arms of another handsome, talented young man like Gio. No, Simon is a businessman obsessed with a public narrative, not a crazed romantic obsessed with possessing Trina. We can safely cross him off our list. If it is not Simon, then who is pulling these sinister strings? Quinn is certainly a strong possibility that has been floating around in the rumor mill. There is enough mystery and edge there to make Quinn a viable suspect for this kind of dark, obsessive behavior. But knowing how these stories twist and turn, we also have to brace ourselves for the very real possibility that the stalker is someone we have not even formally met yet, or someone hiding in plain sight under a completely different guise. The terrifying part is not just who the stalker is, but how deeply unhinged they are. To obsessively watch a young woman, to steal her photographs, and to methodically plan the demise of her boyfriend takes a level of darkness that is truly frightening. Whoever this person is, they have made up their mind that Kai is an obstacle, a weed in their perfect garden that needs to be violently pulled out by the roots. And that brings us to the giant, heartbreaking elephant in the room, Spencer Cassadine. Oh, Spencer. Just saying his name brings a little ache to the heart, doesn't it? We all know that Kai, as sweet and well-meaning as he is, simply cannot hold a candle to Spencer. Trina and Spencer had the kind of epic, sweeping, once-in-a-lifetime romance that legends are made of. They fought through fire, ice, and every wicked scheme Esme Prince and Victor Cassadine could throw at them. Their love was profound, messy, passionate, and incredibly deep. When Trina lost Spencer, she lost a massive piece of her soul. Kai has been a lovely band-aid for her broken heart, but he is not the cure. He is not Spencer. The audience knows it, Trina deep down knows it, and frankly, the writers know it too. This is where my soap opera intuition really starts ringing loud and clear. We have been watching these stories for years, and we know exactly how the rhythm of this dance goes. When a beloved character like Spencer is presumed dead, but a body is never definitively found or circumstances are murky, it is only a matter of time before they make a miraculous, dramatic return. But you cannot have the great love of Trina's life return if she is happily settled down and completely content with a nice, safe guy like Kai. There has to be stakes, there has to be drama. Killing off Kai in a shocking, tragic stalker plot would accomplish two very important things for the show. First, it would provide an incredibly gripping, high-stakes mystery that keeps us glued to our screens. Second, it clears the romantic deck, leaving Trina single, grieving, and emotionally vulnerable, which is the absolute perfect setup for a jaw-dropping Spencer Cassadine resurrection. If the worst does happen to Kai, my heart absolutely breaks just thinking about what it will do to Trina. Hasn't this poor girl suffered enough? Losing another boyfriend to violence would be a devastating blow to her spirit. And let us not forget the immense stress her family is already under. Her mother, Portia Robinson, is dealing with her own mountain of terrifying drama. We know Portia recently had that intensely emotional, heated confrontation with Jordan Ashford, which was so stressful it actually sent Portia into premature labor. Can you imagine? Portia is fighting to bring a fragile new life into the world, dealing with the terror of an early delivery, and right in the middle of all that family crisis, Trina might be facing the horrific murder of her boyfriend by a deranged stalker. The emotional toll on the Robinson women is going to be astronomical. They are going to need every ounce of their strength and every prayer we can send their way to get through this dark valley. So I have to ask you all, as we sit here and ponder the fate of Kai Taylor, will you be truly heartbroken if he meets a grim end? It sounds a bit harsh to say out loud, but it is a fair question. Kai is a collateral character. He was brought in to serve a purpose to bridge the gap in Trina's life during a time of immense grief. While I never want to see a good person suffer, I cannot honestly say I will be shedding buckets of tears if he is sacrificed for the sake of a larger, more thrilling storyline. In the grand tapestry of General Hospital, some characters are the vibrant, essential threads, and others are just the temporary stitching holding things together until the real pattern emerges. Kai, bless him, feels like temporary stitching. His demise would certainly cause a stir and bring a lot of tears to Trina's eyes, but it would not leave a gaping, unfillable hole in the heart of Port Charles the way losing a legacy character does. As we look ahead, the writing is on the wall, and it is painted in some very ominous colors. The digital erasure of Kai from that photograph was a masterclass in foreshadowing. It was a promise of violence to come. We need to brace ourselves for some truly harrowing episodes ahead. Will the stalker strike in the dead of night? Will Kai stumble upon a truth he was never meant to see? Or will he simply be in the wrong place at the wrong time when this obsessed lunatic finally makes their move? Whatever happens, I will be right here on the edge of my sofa, clutching my pearls and watching every single second of it. I just hope our dear Trina can find the strength to weather yet another terrible storm, and that maybe, just maybe, this dark cloud will eventually lead to the silver lining of Spencer's return. Until then, we must keep our eyes peeled and our hearts open, because in Port Charles, the next shocking twist is always just around the corner.